My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Our second company is BlackSeriesEdition.com. Now, as I said before, this is a Black Series technology, by the way. This is our advanced ambient light rejection, 48 enrollment numbers, and this is a Black Series limited edition black. It's one of the screens we have that does it all. It does gaming, it does movies, it does everything. And again, it's one of the darkest ones out of the Black Series collection. Now, we have several different shades of gray screen paint products. Keep in mind, like I said, I used to make these back in the day, and it's not hard to make them. Basically, it's just how much black paint you put in depends on what shade you're going to get out of it. Pretty much they all react the same way. So we're missing, hold on, I'm looking at this for a minute. We're missing a lighter shade is missing. Yeah, we are missing one. Hold on for a minute. We are missing Network Gray 773 is missing. Oops, and one just fell off. All right, hold on for a minute. Yeah, we're missing Network Gray 773 is missing. So that's, don't touch that. Don't touch it. And don't go through there. Taco. My cat, I tell you, tries me every chance he can. He's not supposed to go there. He knows that. Mr. Hardhead. We don't have the Network Gray 773. That would be a lighter product also too. Make sure we have these all measured up nicely. Let me go back and hold on for a minute. Put your guys over there. Let's put these back up here. Don't go through there again, Taco. Do not go through there again. You know better. You're not supposed to be in the test. When I'm in a test area, you're not supposed to be doing that. My cat, again, trouble. Mr. Trouble. Let me see. I'm going to put this one because I want to start these from the lightest all the way up. I forgot. I knew we had one in there missing. Couldn't figure out where it was at. It was the Network Gray 773 that was missing. That needs to be in there. It definitely needs to be in there. And then we have, for that. Sorry about this, people. Just rearranging. We need to have these screens at. That's perfect right there. Don't fight me. And this one right here. You have silver also. And then you would have the, there we go. Now we got them all lined up nicely. All right, there we go. So, because I was missing, I knew something was missing. We have one that's lighter. So the gray screen paints, I got to stand in front of the projector because my screen will make them all look the same. The gray screen paints range from lighter to different forms of, the mixes go lighter, 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 or screen paints and mix, however we call them. They go lighter, 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 depending on how much black paint is added in. So we made our own color chart sheet. Well, one of them is actually Network Gray 773, one's silver, and one's actually a UV mix. Yep. Told you we found one of the old sample sheets down in the basement. So that would be that one on the far end. So our technology is designed to produce a high enough white level. As you can see, all these technologies you have here are much, much lighter than our screen. On this side, we have several certified screens. This is certified, 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 certified. This right here is a UV. This one you can find dark enough, it's in the basement. This one right here is the silver. That's a digital one, Elite, which is the last one we made, which is actually a silver version, actually high grade silver. On that side, we have different forms of Bullseye, Hobby Paint, and Network Gray 773s on the far end. All right, so let's get out of the way, a shot, and let's show you what we have here. So what we're looking at here is we don't, for those who are saying, well, the screen's producing, these are producing amazing high white level. This is a bad sign from the door. The reason why it's a bad sign because the screen's going to have a really hard time picking up contrast and color. They are definitely going to have an issue with picking up color. Red screen, YouTube. There you go. They're definitely going to have a hard time. Even the darker mix right here, it's not picking up a proper shade of red. It's actually picking up a bit of a bland, kind of washed out red. And keep in mind, our technology is far darker, and our white levels are that high that we can actually maintain a color bright enough but also too, we can keep our darker, our colors rich enough, we can pick up a better contrast level. Contrast plays a big role in color. It allows the screen to pick up really deep, rich colors. All right, let's go over to blue screen, YouTube. Now, as you can see, I told you that our technology can blend in to darker gray screens, but darker gray screens can't pick up the contrast level. The whole purpose of a darker gray screen is to be able to see a better contrast level. They know they're going to sacrifice white levels, but the whole purpose of that screen is to pull a higher contrast level. So their black levels are going to have to be equal to a black screen or they're going to have issues. Green screen, YouTube. And there's our levels with the green screen. Now, I know I have some people sitting there saying, well, it's doing the same thing. And no, it's not. The black screen has the ability to maintain a color next to a gray screen, as we did with paint on screens. Not a problem. The problem you're going to have is you can't see contrast. And contrast is the sole purpose of a darker gray screen paint product or mix. Purple screen, YouTube. And then we have the certified screens here. There's purple popping up. Nope, commercial popping up. Let's try this one. All right, there we go. Now let's do slow color change out, YouTube. That change out, my speaker's on. All right, let's go switch over to 4K Snow Screensavers, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'll start with the Christmas Cottage. Now, we do our black on black demonstrations. We don't want the screen to look like that. We don't want the screen coming out so dark we can barely see it. That's what we do not want. It has to be to maintain its white levels, has to be to maintain its color, and it has to pick up a 100% black level whites doing all that. These screens generate too high of a white level. That's why they can't see color correctly, and the minute we switch over to contrast, all of them are going to fail. Let's go grab ourselves another one. Now, keep in mind, our screen is far darker. And yet, we can generate enough white light to see their screens. As for darker gray mixes or screen paint products, keep in mind that we can actually match your screen on white levels and color, but you can't see contrast. And that is the sole purpose of a darker mix, is to be able to see a stronger contrast level. Let's go over to another one. Let's grab the Snow Wolves. Now, not all these surfaces up here can turn our screen dark. Unwatchable. That's virtually impossible. Because we have that in heightener technology, which we have them in the 39s, 44s, and the 48s have them. All right. Now let's go over to Starfield Screensaver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
And as you can see, our screen pulls the 100% contrast level. Even the dark gray paint can't see it because it cannot pick up a black level. It only sees gray. Black background, goldfish, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now in this demonstration, as I said before, background must remain black at all times. If your screen is dark gray and it lays against a black screen, it's going to come up gray. It's not going to come up black. OLED black contrast test, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Memorize support. Styria, Los Angeles.
Now we've seen fake demonstrations where people who made this product, the UV mix, tried to make it seem like it would make a black screen virtually unwatchable. No, that would happen if you had black paint laying against it. Then you would have that problem. Now, you see the color of my sofa? That screen right there, it's not picking up a black level because it doesn't match my sofa, it doesn't match this down here. We have different shades of black. It can't match anything in here because that screen is gray, not black. A little closer look to it. Let's see something for a minute while we're here. I'm going remote control. Let me check on something real quick. Where's that tape down? Let me take these down. I don't want that gray screen. I'm going to see something for a minute. This is why we tell you that people think that the lighter gray products or paints are going to be able to give you better color. I don't know where you would get contrast from, but that's where they get it mixed up. If they can get better color, no, it's not going to happen. It's going to wash out, it's going to fade. Unless you're going to spend money for an expensive projector, or probably already have one, and you're not getting anything from that projector at all. Now, as you can see with the certified screens, whether it be a Fire Off G4, whatever you have in the day, you can't see it. This is what I'm going to see. Where is my... I got a little curiosity. Just want to see something for a minute. Wrong control, keep grabbing the wrong one. White screensaver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
I thought so. You see how the paint on screen, see how it's generating a higher white light than the UV mix? Because there's something different about it. I can tell. This is how we know it's black paint in products, that a lot of black paint. Black paint has a really hard time generating white light because it doesn't have that capability. It doesn't. It's made to be painted on your wall and that's it. There's nothing special about it. It's just black house paint. You put enough of that into a product, it starts to show itself. And I was looking at that with the other screen we have here, and I was wondering which one to pull the higher white level. That surface in the middle is paint on screens. That's the difference between their dark gray and a UV mix. A UV mix has black paint in it. That's what's causing the screen to come up so dim, where this is pushing a much brighter level. Now for our screen, yeah, we pull high white level because our screen is darker than all of them. There's no way in the world that stuff is going to ever make our products look dark where you can't see. That's virtually impossible. But I noticed that when I was looking at the surface, I was like, wow, the white levels are much brighter on that, on their it's supposed to be black, but actually it's just kind of a black gray. That's what it is. But they're almost the same complexion as the UV mix. The difference is the paint on screen generates a higher white level than the UV mix. And the UV mix doesn't generate any white light at all. It has a very difficult time generating white light, especially next to a certified screen. It has really difficult time picking up that white level. And then when we see that, we know at the end of the day what it is. Mind you, we made a duplicate copy of this product on our blacklist, and it did the exact same thing as the one we purchased. So that tells us at the end of the day, it's black paint, black and white paint. That's what it is. Yeah. Definitely can see it pulls a much higher white level than the UV mix. Definitely. See? See how high that white level just shot up? Much higher white level. Because UV has a lot of black paint in it. That's why. It has a difficult time reading white light. That's why. That's why I said at the end of the day, if we're going to be testing, we're going to test against certified screen paint products. Because there's a difference. There's a huge difference. And usually when they do their demonstrations, what they'll do is they'll buy the product and they'll basically put a whole bunch of pretty colors in there so you can't tell what's what. They won't do like a solid white, solid blue, solid green. They won't do those because they know that you're going to see the difference. There's going to be a problem there. Screen may blend, it may match. So just try to, what they want to do, they don't want to overpower the screen. They want to try to match the screen so they can say, hey, look, we matched the product. We're just as good as they are. And you're not. If you're doing that nonsense, you're not. I'm not talking about one individual. I'm talking about anybody who does it. You're not. The reason why you don't see them doing a lot of testing on certified screens is because the majority of certified screens that they require long throw projectors, and they would have to break away from that ultra short throw projector, which they need badly in demonstrations to try to show better color and contrast. They have to and need the requirement of those projectors. They don't have a choice. They can't drop below one of our projectors because the screen would suffer, which we've seen in demonstrations already. You know, when they went to go change out their projectors, screens suffered horribly. When they changed out the environment, screens suffered horribly. Nothing was the same as it was in the original videos that they were doing. I wanted to see that for a minute. I'm going to put a view screen against this one too when I get to here. If there's too much black paint in there, what's going to happen is that black paint's going to overshadow the white paint and it's going to cause the image to come up really, really, really dirty. That's the problem you're going to run into. We got a commercial popping up in there. Usually when it takes that long to load up, we got a commercial. I mean, yeah, we do got a commercial. I should have let that commercial play. Now I'm probably get a political one.
$652. It's okay. There's enough for everyone.
The chicken always seems to be a big favorite. People love it.
You're not pulling it out of a box. You're making food.
Yeah. I like being able to put pride in my food.
Can't do screen paints and not do comparisons.
This is going to be in your bowl. This is it. This is it. This is it.
Really seriously, no one gets it. I don't know. I can't really say that. People get excited over a job like that. No. I'm not saying it's a bad job today, but yeah. Or maybe. I don't know. Really can't say that. Now you see how white levels pull up? Yeah. Our white levels are extremely good. Especially for a black screen. And especially from all the professional companies I talked about, black technology, not knowing that we had it. We didn't tell them we had it. Their theory is it's virtually impossible. A black screen does not have the capability to be able to receive and understand white light. It doesn't have that ability. It has to be trapped in dark environments in order to maintain a higher white level, because a fully lit environment is going to cause the screen to have issues. Oh man, they have no idea what's about to open up that door and come through. Very soon, extremely very soon. I'm just about done. Now, as I said before, we're going to have these demonstrations in our showrooms. And those of you who feel still the need to go out and do dumb stuff at the end of the day, if you do have an attorney, I will have your attorney come down to my showroom and he can look at my screens for himself. And then he can apologize to me and figure out how in the world he's going to fix the problem you just got yourself into. Of course, he's going to probably ask for a plea deal, but we don't want plea deals. I don't do that. I don't do plea deals. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I'll bite your attorney right down. He'll probably end up buying one before he leaves out, and chances are he will. So I can sit there and say, Your Honor, guess what? Her attorney came down to the showroom, saw the screen for themselves. Even bought a screen. So this is supposed to be the technology so dark you can't even see it. Oh man, it's going to be interesting. Now keep in mind, as I said before, we can back our products up, go to our website. That's all we got to say. Compare our website to everybody else's. As you notice, all our test demonstrations are displayed on our site. We like to back our products up. I love doing white surfaces. As you know, our surface is supposed to come out so dark you can't even see it, remember? Now we know that comes from jealousy. That comes from a person at the end of the day who's scared. And you should be. I have several different forms of great products up here, mixes made in all different shapes. I used to make this stuff at the end of the day. I can make an ingredients for 5 of them and give them to you today to make on your channel, and you won't do it because you know it will match. Like, I don't even have to make them. I just have to pick up, we got Hobby Paint, Bullseye, what's the other one called? PPG or PPG, I get that mixed up all the time. Network Gray 773 and Slip Silver. I'm not dressed for the day, people. Look at that. Now I stand back here because, again, Not supposed to be that close to the screen. Never supposed to be that close to the screen. You've got to get that close to the screen to show differences. That's something wrong there. So that's a white surface, which is much higher than a gray surface. Produces a much higher white level. And we do these tests all day. Well, demonstrations all day. No more tests. So the gray screens work? Well, they do, but again, you're going to have to spend some money because again, your projector's not going to work correctly and you're going to be in there calibrating and all that stuff. Good luck on that. You know what that ugly dark surface is? That is the notorious Dynasty paint. You know, the paint that they said it was our product. What's it called? Dynasty Black by Home Depot. Now, we have dozens of these tests on our website of black versus black, inside, outside, ultra short though, 1,000 lumens, you name it, we did it, we went through it. Lots of tests. Well, we can't get one simple test on, well, we did see the network grade 773, that was a complete fail. We saw bare silver screen, that was a complete fail. What was the other one we popped up? We didn't see slip silver. We didn't see Silver Mist 1619, that wasn't there. And Bullseye Primer was another one. Was missing. Red screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
We're just doing this for fun. We've already passed already. We're done. We're just having some fun now. Might as well. Now, you see the color combination we have here? The black paint is pulling a too dark of a level, which means it can't see white light. And if it can't see white light, it can't maintain that beautiful rich color you're seeing right now. Where the white screen is having an issue because it can't see neat color and it can't see contrast. So that's not going to pick up at all. The gray screen product pulls up a slightly better color and contrast, but still, all in all, it's just an upgrade version of the white screen. That's pretty much what you have. And a silver screen, for you people who make these gray screen paint products, you want to go on and on about white levels. No, the white levels would come from, out of the gray family, would be actually not gray, but the silver screen would pick the highest white level. That's what they would do. Voila. There you go. The reason why they don't do these demonstrations, and again, with all the light we have in the environment, number one, they're not ambient light rejection, so they would automatically watch right from the door. We got a 5,000 lumen projector sitting behind us right now, and still it does not pick up on a gray screen. A gray screen can pick up a slight little hiccup, a bump, that's it. All it is just an advanced version of a white screen. And if you have a product that's everyday black paint and you think it's going to do the same thing our product's going to do, you're sadly mistaken, because paint, fabric, or anything else you choose to put against that screen does not have the ability to accept and read white light, which means there's no white light in there, that just your image comes up dirty. Like you're seeing right there. Like we were to pick up blue screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, the biggest mistake people make when they try to make their own black products is the fact that they think they're picking up a darker blue. No. It has to be a balance in there. It must show a white level and a black level at the exact same time. See, y'all pick up that dirty color right there. That's not a good color. That's an awful color right there. So those of you that are trying to make black screen paint products, we see you, and I'm explaining to you, you got it wrong. You're completely wrong. Your blues are never supposed to be that dark. That's way too dirty. That's very dirty. Sky blue screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's sky blue. Let's take the sky blue over here. See? That's what I tell you. Because you can't see white light. The colors come up dirty. Those of you who have white screens right now, and you think that you're getting 100% of your projector, you're getting way lower than the gray screen paint mix. A lot lower. You're picking up nothing at all, period. And those who have the gray screen paint mix, you're picking up a little bit of a bump, but still, your screen still fails because it will wash out and fade. And that's why it requires ambient light controlled environments, calibrated projectors, and expensive projectors to fix what the screen can't do. And even with all that, it's still a complete fail. Especially when our black screen lays against it. Let's see. Let's pick up. Let's go with gray. Gray would be interesting, right? Some actually came into a chat room and said, hey, do gray screens. That is very interesting. I like that one. Gray screens, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
It's embarrassing to see a black screen pick a better gray screen than a gray screen itself. That's pretty bad. So we're going to pick up that dark color right there. That's a dark gray. Now you see how none of them can pick it up? Only the black screen can read it. Let's go with this nice mid-gray here. And we pick it up again. If you notice that the Network Gray 773, which resembles most gray screen paints, is actually picking up the same shade almost close to the white screen. Okay, let's go over and get this really light one over here. And again, only we can see it. They can't. Network Gray 773, like I said, resembles a lot of gray mixes out there, doing the same thing as the white screen, and the black surface right there that's not coated with our technology, heightener technology embedded into it. Well, it can't see white light. And that's why it comes up dirty. That's called oversaturation of contrast levels too, because levels are that dark. Let's see. Let's go with White Snow Screensavers, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is why you're never explained this stuff. They never tell you this stuff. Like I'm telling you right now, they never explain this to you because they can't. They don't know what they're talking about.
Fire poking stick is a go-to. Fire poking stick is now shoes. Hey, dude.
Now see how dirty that paint's coming up?
The face of a future business.
Yep.
A future nonprofit found.
So when we see somebody trying to say that is our product, we know what it is. We know it's house paint. Because house paint doesn't register on any of our screens. And this is where we bring your lawyer friend down to our showroom. You know, bring him in, let him check out the screens if he wants to. Let him decide for himself. Because they'll know when we go to court, you're going to lose badly. It's going to be pretty bad, and you're going to be embarrassed. My attorneys are going to embarrass the daylights out of you, and they don't want that. They're going to walk away from your case. They're not going to represent you. You're not going to win. It's a losing case. And at the end of the day, he'll buy one of our technology, our screens, and he'll have it in his house. Now that's anybody who decides to go down that road, just to let you know. Now, you've seen the demonstration. When we display a screen, we don't want the white levels looking like that. The white levels are beautiful where they're at. As long as it maintains a certain level where it can pick up that color and contrast and everything stays the same, it's good. It's good. But if it turns out looking like that, it's a problem. So, this is why when we have people who fake demonstrations, I don't know what their purpose is being today, we tell you to send the container back to us. We know it's been tested already. We know what it's going to do. Guess what? We never get a response back. Some people don't respond back at all, period. Because we know what you're doing. We know all the little tricks and trades. That's why I asked you to ask for your camera projector settings. Because I had one incident. Guy had an Optima projector. And he took the settings and pushed them all the way down past factory. And said this is how the image was coming up. So I asked him, can I see your settings? When he shows me the settings, everything's pushed down. So why is your stuff pushed down past factory settings? Oh, it came that way. No, it didn't. Because when you get a projector, everything is even Steven right down the middle. That's factory settings. You can choose what you want to go from there. Now, usually when you buy a projector used, because I asked them, did you buy it brand new or used? You bought it brand new. No, factory settings are right split down the middle. And if you bought it used, then it could have came that way because whoever was the user had it. I don't know why they would have it that dark to begin with. They would be toying around with it and they would have it to their settings. So after he moved everything up where it was supposed to be, the screen popped up. That's why we request your settings. Ah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And we've done this too, the same test at 1,000 lumens downstairs in the max out zone. We have it on the website and check it out. Let me see. Let's go check out the snow doggies.
Mehmet Oz supports.
No, not doing that. I love how in these smear campaigns they have people posing as their actual doctors. What doctor in their right mind is going to get up there and get involved in that nonsense and ruin their reputation in the process in the smear campaign? But I do love how they take everyday people and dress them, but they make them look like doctors. I'm not a doctor in real life, but I play one on TV. Now, keep in mind, when your products ship out, you have a little number on the side of your container. That's called the batch number. We can say actually your product being tested before we ever ship it out to you. All the product that we ship out is all tested before we ship it out. You can go straight to the website and check it out for yourself. I can't say what for others because others can't post their test demonstrations because they have no test demonstrations. And therefore they can't do demonstrations like this. It's going to be pitiful if you fail one of these demonstrations and your product is supposed to be tested. I like this thought about that. Paint on screens, eye paint screens. Wow, that's too close for a name right there. He can definitely get sued for that one. There's a fellow who makes a black screen paint called eye paint screens. And there's another one that says paint on screens. Too close of a name. You can be sued for something like that. But he's in India, so... So that's the notorious Dynasty paint. That's how our stuff is supposed to be made. Every day, yeah. Oh, sure. Oh. I do love embarrassing you. The naysayers, I do like embarrass you guys from time to time. But I'm still waiting for y'all to do the rest of your test. Mind you, that black product, there's 4 other versions like it, including black fabric, black mesh, black film, and anything else we could throw against the screen, and chalk paint, spray paint. We done did it all. Where are your test demonstrations on the difference between your gray screen paint products and other screens? This is the part that we always ask questions on. Some of them have never done them, and some have done some of them, but not all of them. What about the rest of them? How do they compare? Every last one of our screens we have in here have a test demonstration, actually multiple test demonstrations underneath of them on our site. So where are your test demonstrations? Look out, they hate that. They hate that more than anything in the world when I got to ask them that. Well, at the end of the day, you ain't got to worry about me. Mr. Bird's good. I'm contracted. Money's going to be flowing in left and right. I'm good. I can back my stuff. The problem is there's millions and millions of my kind out there. They're going to ask you the exact same question. And if you can't answer it, well, you're going to have problems. No one's going to touch you with a 10-foot pole. No one will ever sign a contract to you unless they can test themselves. You have to back up everything you stated in a video. You said that the Cinemax can pull contrast equal to a black screen. You're going to have to be to back that up. Dark environments, ultra short throw projectors are not going to work at the end of the day with these people. They don't want to hear, oh, let me come over to the screen. I'll show you. It's right there. It's right over there in that corner. See that? They don't want to see that crap at the end of the day. They're going to be sitting back there behind the projector, and they're going to have to see the difference in that screen from that far back.
Windshield? Don't wait. Go to safelight.com. You can schedule service in just a few clicks. It's so easy. More customers today are relying on their cars' advanced safety features.
So, those of you who decide to get into the field of projection screens, don't follow the idiots. Because I'm going to tell you right from the door, there's a million of my kind on forum sites and every place else. That will challenge your stuff at the end of the day. You better come correct. That sample sheet right there, that's paint on screens. This is a much higher white level than but their screen's not as dark as ours. That's the color of our screens. I had somebody may say something. I mean, you guys don't crack books, do you? You literally don't crack books. I had somebody say, oh, his screens aren't really black. Well, you must be colorblind at the end of the day, because, you know, my sofa, everything I have in here, my floor, all my leather furniture in here is black. So, yeah, you don't know black at the end of the day. You know black comes in multiple shades. If you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, any one of those places and say, hey, give me a gallon of black, they're going to ask you what shade do you want. There's so many different versions of black, it's not even funny. So how do you determine what is black? Now we know is the fact that if your screen's black and we lay it against that screen and it turns gray, it ain't black. If it doesn't match any of the furniture I have in the environment, it's definitely not black. Let's shut down for a minute. Oh, I should shut that anyway. That is the UV mix. That screen's not black. That screen is gray. You see my sofa over here? Doesn't even match my sofa. It's not black. It's actually gray. It has a really difficult time. What I'm really curious, really thinking about, what happens if I cover the surface with the white screen? Oh, we got it over here. That's what we use for the white screen. I gotta order me another screen. I'm curious about that now. We do know for a fact. See how dark this is? There is no way in the world there's any black paint in this. It's picking up too high of a white level. And there's no reflective surface off of it either, period. It's much. Oh, snap. Just notice that it's darker than this screen. Okay, that's cool. All right, look at it. It is actually darker than the UV mix, but produces a higher white light than the UV mix. That is impressive. I got to give him that one. That is freaking impressive. It doesn't match our technology in any way, but that is quite impressive. It actually produces a much higher white level than the UV mix, but it's actually darker than the UV mix. So I thought it was much lighter than that as it was laying against the screen, but yeah, look at that. Look at the difference between that and the UV mix. It is much darker than the UV mix right there. Way darker. But yet it produces a higher white level. Oh, we got to know. We got to know. I got to order me something. I need a projection screen to drape over this in all white, because we can't get a proper comparison with our black screen there. Anyway, our black screen can overshadow the screen, so that's not going to work too well. So we're going to have to put a white screen here, because I can see a comparison on a white level versus that right there. That's what I want to see. That's quite impressive. That is quite impressive. I have to see that. I have to see that. That thing is actually darker than his product and pushes a higher white light. That's definitely not black paint in that. See that? Oh, wait. We don't have to go there. Hold on for a minute. No, I don't feel like moving all that equipment upstairs. That's too much work. We just do it right here. No, because then I gotta turn the projector on, so I gotta set the screen. It's just a couple of minutes. I gotta see. That's gonna bug me. I gotta see this. The walls ain't white in here, but still, I want to see this. This is one a demonstration. I requested for that product to be put against that theater wall because it matched the daylights out of that theater wall. I'm like, oh, we got to see this on a larger sheet. That was never done. I want to see this. I thought they were the same shade. I literally thought they were the same shade. And then I looked at it like, well, I think it's much darker. So let's see. Let's swing our machine around. This is the reason why I tell you why they cancel out orders. Because if I'm testing your stuff, I'm going to test your stuff. See the stuff we put ourselves through? Yeah, I'm going to test your stuff. And they don't want that at the end of the day because they're used to basically cutting as many corners as possible. So under real testing, they would fail miserably. That would be the problem. What do you have for this one? Yes, to zoom up. That's the far, that's the corner. And we had that one customer. Ooh. That's supposed to be black, people. That's the contrast of it for black. I hate the way I'm black on the screen before, I swear. We gotta bring it down some. Well, that didn't come with me. See my best. Do 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 do. All right, where's that? Oh, what's my comment? I see where you guys are maybe mistaken. Think your stuff is actually black, but it's not. It's gray. That's what I'm seeing on my end. I keep grabbing the wrong remote control. It's dirty. Let me see what we have here. See, white light. I have an issue with white light. I wanted to see if that one was coming up a little bit. I mean, right there, we need to get that stuff right there in that shot. We're producing a lot of white light and blinding the crap out of the camera. That ain't good. On either party, it ain't good. Huh. I don't have time to do this research, but still. Huh. So how much of a difference is that than actual black paint? Now see, this is what you did, Jamie, in your demonstrations. Always going to be fun in court. That's the UV mix. If you take black paint and you stick that next to UV mix, that's how dark it's going to come up. So you were advertising that your UV mix was better than our black technology. And this is how dark our image comes up compared to yours. Ring a bell there? Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I got a little confirmation back from the post office. I'll let you know later on what's going on. You'll find out. They got your address anyway. You'll find out. Oh, that's not. Where's the, I need to get a white surface in here. I'm going to sit there for a minute on a white surface. Look how much light reflects off when you put the white surface in there. 4K snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Take this off for a minute.
No matter how bleak things look, this is not the end. People will never relent.
It produces a slightly, not by much, but it's a slightly higher. Show you something, Jamie, that you don't do in your demonstrations. You never do. This is high-grade silver. High-grade silver pulls the highest white level. See how high the white level is? This is the test. I'm going to show you tests you don't do in your demonstrations. When the fellow made the statement that the PPG or PPJ, whatever you call that stuff, is better than your product, it is. It's far better than your product because it can produce a higher white level. The only problem is the white level can be so high that the colors will suffer also too. Network Gray 773, aka Cinemax. So that's shelf paint right there. You can get from Home Depot or Lowe's. That's shelf paint you can get from Home Depot or Lowe's. Now the whole purpose of the darker mixes is to pull a heavier contrast level. So let me see, where the freak is one go at? All right, so if we put in Starfield Screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
The black paint is going to pull the higher contrast level. But it can't maintain white levels, can't see color. See that kind of confusion going on in there. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see which one pulls the better red. It's a toss up between the, because their technology is not in there, that's why there's no interference, because their technology doesn't sit in there. Silver screen, I told you, it's not going to be able to pick it up because basically produces too high of a white level. Network Gray 773 can't see it because, again, it picks up too high of a white level. So for him to sit there and say that the Cinemax can basically produce a white level, I mean a contrast level equal to a black screen is a complete lie. It wouldn't be to pick it up. Blue screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now let's take this out. Let's put the certified screen in there. This would be certified. All right, that's the certified screen. Let's see. This is interesting. I take all these screens, stick them against my screen, they wash out. And certified screens have a reflective surface which allows them to generate higher white levels, where the black screen basically is not picking up the blue correctly. None of them are picking up blue correctly. Honestly, they're just not seeing it. That's not blue, and that's definitely not blue, and that's definitely not blue. Not even one of them are picking up blue. But out of the lesser of the two, whatever in here, which one picks up the blue? Really can't tell it to you, truth, honestly, because it's not blue. Green screen. Really can't tell.
Getting that from
Honestly.
YouTube.
Let's see if we come up in green. Now green would be the UV in the background. Would pick it up better. But the problem too, that would suffer white levels too. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, you see how dirty the whites come up here on the UV mix? Because UV mix has a lot of black paint in it, and that's why it can't generate white light. This is black paint. See how close they are? They're not too close, but they're not too far apart from each other. That's a lot of black paint, all black paint, and this is black paint mixed with white paint. And that's how that complexion comes up. Where the rest of these screens are generating a nice high white level, including the certified screen, which has a reflective coating which allows it to do so. But that screen is a gunmetal screen. It is far darker than, well, actually it's not darker than a black screen, but it's actually darker than all three of these. "4K demonstrations, YouTube."
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's just grab something simple.
You already know Susan.
No, we don't need that.
Today, you took delicious vitamin-packed Central multi-gummies with essential nutrients for energy and immunity support. It's one more step towards taking charge of your health. So every day, you can say, Central multi-gummies.
I said the certified screen is picking up a nice bright image and beautiful colors. This is going to be oversaturated contrast level, so it's going to pick up the contrast, but it can't see the white levels. See how dirty the white levels come up? Now, the whole purpose of the UV is to be able to see a contrast level, which means it has to pull a very dark level. Starfield Screensaver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Can't pick up the contrast level next to black paint. So black paint can literally beat that in contrast levels. Oh, I don't know how you people deal with that mess all day. Good gracious. Let's take the same screen to stick it against our screen. This is how dark the gunmetal is on a daylight screen technology. That's what it looks like next to our technology. This is a Cinemax, aka Network Grade 773. Silver screen paint, high grade silver. Oh, you didn't want to stay, did you? No! You sit there. Yep. Pro's UV mix. Let's see. Doesn't register contrast level next to our black technology. Comes up gray. And black paint. Can't pick up a contrast level, but can't see white and can't see color. So the UV mix doesn't see contrast. Can't register, can't pick it up. The whole purpose of the darker mix is to be able to pull a higher contrast level, higher than the other lighter mixes. But it can't see it because it's not true black. White screensavers. YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, if you look at our technology, it doesn't show up like the black screen because the black screen can't see white light, can't read it. So therefore it comes up too dark. Doesn't match our technology in any way because our technology has a heightener technology. The silver screen produces a very high white level but can't see contrast levels nor color. The certified screen, again, picks up a high white level, can't see color or contrast either. And the Network Grade 773 8K Cinemax can't see contrast and color either. Red screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Basic red. Now you see how washed that looks on the UV mix? Doesn't even match the deep red that we have. Black screen can't pick it up because it's producing too high of a contrast level in the white levels, and the other screens aren't registering at all. Silver screen is picking too high of a white level up. Skyworth food demonstration, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Contrast levels are way too high. so they can't pick up the white letters. See? The balance has to be perfect. If it's too high, that means colors can't pick up, contrast won't pick up. And if it's too low, or you have too much contrast, your white levels and colors are going to suffer. It has to be a perfect balance. And as for the UV mix, you know who you are at the end of the day. For you to sit there and say that that product was able to produce a better color and white level than our technology, we can blend your screen if I want to. That technology we have up there and any of our technology can blend into your screen. And I'm much lighter than your screen. And I can blend right into your screen. But you can't see contrast and you can't pick up color. So how in the world did your product make our product look so dark you can't see it? Much like that black paint over there. Interesting, isn't it? Oh, it's so interesting, people. All right, I'm done. This has been fun. Easy, but fun. So those of you who are shopping for screen paint products, yeah, our product's the best. That's all to it. That's what it comes down to. If their products were the best, they would have it backed up by now, and they can't back their products up. Now, as to the certifies, yes, they can back their products up. Certified screens are actually amazing. They do what they're designed to do. But the rest of the stuff up there, yeah, that's Cinemax Network Gray. That's house paint. The UV mix is definitely black and white paint. We know that from the door. It doesn't register for jack on certain stuff. And that's definitely house paint, and that's house paint also. All right, well, that's basically about it. Gotta go, and God bless.